here. That doesn't look great. Yeah, that doesn't look good at all. So we can pull this off. Yeah, this is by far the worst bit. Hi, and a massive welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone had a great Christmas and New Year. I know I did. So behind me here is my £1,000 Citroen DS. It hadn't moved for around, I think, over 20 years. We managed to get it running, we got it driving. And found that someone had stuffed little bits of broomstick in the suspension to keep it upright. I think it must have been when they were transporting it or something. But we got those out, managed to free up all the linkage where the animals have been living inside the suspension linkage. So then got it moving and going up and down under its own power. I've got to say a massive thank you to everyone who watched the last video and everyone's comments. Everyone clearly wants me to restore this car or at least get it back on the road. One thing I quite like about this car, and you don't see it that common, I hate the word, but people call it patina, but it's got a used look, like a very used. And if we can get it on the road, running and driving and properly sorted underneath, you know, maybe do a little bit of welding in places that need welding, but clean it up enough so it looks like a usable classic car. You know, I like cars that look like they've had a good life and they've been used, and they, you know, the aim of the game of this channel is always just to try and bring things back to life. We're not doing full restorations. We will at some point probably fully restore something, but I'm not sure what it will be yet. So the aim with this car is we are going to try and get it roadworthy again. It needs quite a few things. We found we've got a hydraulic leak on this back rear suspension unit, so we need to fix that. We've got an exhaust leak that needs fixed. We need to check over all of the brakes. I know they're really odd on this car. They're like a button instead of like a proper normal hydraulic pedal, but we need to test all of that electronics because I know that none of the indicators or anything are working, and this one's missing its lens, which we've got to try and find. A couple bits of rust underneath I think that need a bit of sorting out. We're used to that by now. It just really needs a thorough check over before it can go anywhere. It is MOT exempt. I would quite like to take it for an MOT. That's probably not going to be very easy with the plate situation. So with this car, it's come from the Netherlands. It was brought over, I think, around 20 years ago, and I've managed to call the DVLA, and I found out that it has never been registered in this country. So it's still a Dutch registered car, even though when I go on I don't know what the DVLA in the Netherlands is, but I've been on their Gov website and I've put in the reg that I think this is, and it does come up with a car, but it can't tell me what car it is. So I'm hoping that is the one and it's still registered in the Netherlands. There's a couple of options here. I can get it registered. I don't know if there's any sort of import tax, or hope there isn't, because that would be a nightmare. It's quite a long and lengthy process, but I think from the sounds of it, I can fill in a form and send them the old plate and who I am and explain the whole situation, be able to register it in the UK. It might take a while and there might be quite a bit of backwards and forwards and stuff, or I get the Dutch plate made up for it, get the car running and driving, sell it to someone from the Netherlands. I don't know if there's anyone watching it. I know there's a couple of people who watch this channel from the Netherlands. I would quite like to do a little road trip in it maybe. I'm getting way ahead of myself because this car is, you know, it's only driven about 2 meters outside my workshop. So in an ideal world, what I'd love to do is put the Dutch plates back on it, take it for a road trip to Holland and sell it there. First off, we've got to get it roadworthy. Let me know your thoughts because I want to know what you guys think about that. I've always wanted to do like a road trip video, so if you guys would like that, let me know. But yeah, especially in something cool as this and something that hasn't been on the road in like 20 years, I think that's quite a cool thing to then drive it to the country where it came from. In order to do any of that, we need to get it working. So I think the first thing we're going to do, fix the leak coming from the hydraulic system. Yeah, get it outside, get it up on the lift, inspect the rust that's underneath. There's a horrible noise coming from something on one of the belts, like the fan or the alternator or something. Fix that, then we'll take it for a little test drive, hopefully. Also, just quickly, I know there hasn't been a video for a few weeks. It's really cold up my workshop. It's really hard to heat with this doors and stuff, and most of my work I do outside. I bought lots of heaters, but none of them have really ever done the job of heating this room. There is just holes in the roof, pretty much. And the last week or so has been way too cold for me to work on anything. So that's my apologies for that, but we're back on it now, so let's get to it. Just before we get the car out, I had a bit of a plan to make the workshop a bit warmer. This is my old heater. It's caught fire twice. Just doesn't work. It's absolutely useless. So this is our new one. Just picked this up off Facebook Marketplace for 70 quid. It was faulty, but it does work now. I think I just adjusted the pump pressure and it seems to be fine. The guy said he only used it like once. It looks brand new. Take the car out. I've also got some flooring to put down, some sort of like a carpet thing that I got from an ex-wedding venue carpet that they were chucking away. So, and this should be a lot warmer in here. Literally took the car out for 1 second and it starts chucking it down with snow. Jesus. Got my new heater going, got my carpet on the floor. Absolutely fantastic. It's really nice and warm in there. Pretty snowy here, so I'm probably just going to go home because I'm on the top of a hill. So and the roads around here aren't great in the snow. So yeah, let's get back to this tomorrow. Let's start it up, let the suspension come to the top, and then jack it up at the back, get this wing off, and see what we've got leaking in here. If we look under here and see where we've been leaking. Yeah, let's get the wheel off and get all that apart, get that boot off. Okay, so this is the inner wheel well. Looks pretty good. There's a little bit of crispy up here, but it's not sort of gone through, but scrape that back, I might find a couple small holes, but it's not rotten, which is pretty good. There's nothing up in here. I think I was told that they rust all up in here. Also, I've got to say, this drum looks to be in fantastic condition as well. All these swing arms are green as well. A deep clean would actually be quite interesting on this car. Let's get this boot off, and we'll see more maybe from underneath. Cut that little cable tie off and then get that up. The actual hydraulic lines look to be in pretty good nick as well. Some of them have got a bit of surface rust on them, but they're really good condition overall. I think these just spin off. My camera ran out of battery, unfortunately, but I've got the whole lot apart now. Taken the rod and everything out of there. I've taken the seals out of the inside of here and the piston. Here's the piston. And here's the O-ring. That's another one. Yeah, so I've taken all the seals out. I'm going to order a seal kit, a new boot, because that boot's had it, and I think the problem was actually just the boot. But whilst I'm in here, I might as well change the seals. But yeah, I've got to wait for all that to arrive and we get this all back together, and that should fix the leak on this side. Might just have a little scrape down of some of the rust whilst I'm here, treat it, just make sure it doesn't get any worse. So I'm just waiting on the suspension parts for this suspension strut. I've ordered enough to do the other side as well. I've got some oil to go in it, still waiting for the filters and everything. There's only one company really in the UK that sells parts for this car. They're quite reasonable, which is quite good, but yeah, just waiting on all the bits. Got a new regulator to go in as well, because that weird grinding noise that was happening, which I thought was one of the pulleys, turned out to be some wires that were rubbing on the edge of the alternator just here, and they all completely cut through them, burnt out the regulator. So we need a new regulator. I'm just going to bring the car outside whilst we've got it out. I want to clean all up in these wheel wells and yeah, get a jet wash and just clean everything thoroughly. We'll get it outside and I can just show you how dirty this car is. Okay, so it is really chucking it down right now. I've got to say, in here, these wheel wells look really solid in this car. All the brakes and stuff are still green. There's not really any rust in there. I found one bit of rust that's not great. But this is what you do when you clean the cars. It's how you find all the rust. This is cleaned up really well. I'm tempted to give this LPG a go at some point. Yeah, all of this has come up really well. Again, no rust in here. It does look like it's possibly had some welding or something in the past. But yeah, looks really solid. All these pipes look really good, all these breather pipes and stuff. Yes, the one bit of rust I found when I was cleaning in here looks a lot better now. I mean, we're gonna get the car inside and give it a big hoover and try and see if we can sort out this rusty dash as well. But I have found a bit of rust here. That's pretty bad, that bit. It's not falling apart, but it's not great. That's how solid that area should look. But yeah, it's I'm sure you can probably weld that in. You might have to remove the windscreen. I don't know. It might be a bit of a nightmare. This has cleaned up really well. Looks really good. Yeah, I mean, no real surprises in here. Everything looks pretty clean. Pretty happy with that. Those pipes over there, those air ducts, they've completely had it. There's one there and there's one down there, and they're both completely disintegrating. See if we can start it up and get it back in the workshop. Get the gas heater on, get this car completely dried out. Then we can get it out, hopefully on a much drier day than today. Get it up in the air and see what immediate welding this car needs. Okay, so the car's back in the workshop. I've just had the heater running full blast, trying to try and dry it out. Keep going, I'll probably leave that on all day. But yeah, I thought I'd try and remove the binnacle because none of the lights come on when you turn the ignition on. Went to pull it out, won't come out, realised that you have to disconnect this speedo cable from here so that you can pull it through. And I'm just about to pull it out, so hopefully we can see why none of this is working under here. I hope it should just pop out of there now. Right. Oh, there's some plugs there. Well, a white plug and a green plug. And it looks like on the back of there's a white plug and a green plug. Ah. So that could definitely be my issue. There's also a wire back there. Okay, let me plug all of that back in best I can, and let's turn the ignition on and see if anything happens now. Okay, there's a plug back in. Let's turn the ignition on. Ah, that's better. That's much better. Do we have a fuel gauge? Assume that's this one. Oh, there you go. It just came to life when I poked it. Got a little bit of fuel. Not much. And then this one, not sure what that one is. I'll have to look that up. There's a red on it, so I assume it might be temperature. Not sure what this one is. This yellow one. I want to try and fire it up now, see if these lights go off. Oh, the indicator's now working as well. I mean, the one that's definitely got blown bulbs, but this is all starting to make sense. What happens if I turn the headlights on? They're working out the front. Should be a blue light up. Is that blue light on? Yeah, it is. Main beam. I'm going to turn that off. There you go. Oh, there's a green one there too. I think that's just tell you they're on. Yeah, look. Yeah, what else works? I think let's try just firing this up and see if those lights turn off now. Hopefully the suspension light and the oil light should turn off. Pull the choke out. Oil light's gone off. That's good. Ah, there you go. And the suspension. That's really good. Oh, that's great. No warning lights. Indicators seem to be come back to life as well. Need to get the housing for this one. Yeah, they seem to work. The other side works. Right, it's come back to life as well. Let's have a look. Working. That's working. Nice. Oh, let's check the back lights actually. That one works. That one works. So does the number plate lights as well. I think, what's this? Is that flash? There you go, that works. What's the other way? Oh god. Horn, that works. Wipers. We know they work because I've turned them on a million times by accident. Oh, I can hear the screen wash going as well. It works. Yeah, everything works. Running a little bit rough. Sounds like it's about to stop actually. Rev counter works. Okay. Really want to clean this up. But yeah, I think next, get this outside, get it up in the air. So I'm going to take it out. We're going to go on its actual first little test drive since we've sorted the suspension out. And I'm going to go up there, turn it around, reverse it all the way back. I'm really, really looking forward to driving this. If the weather holds out, we'll get it out on the lift, which is what I really want to do. But yeah, either way, and let's do a little test drive. Seems to be alright. Suspension feels, from so far, I mean, I haven't gone very far, feels absolutely lovely. Yeah, that feels really nice. Wow. Oh my god. Wow. I've got to say, I mean, it's a little bit hard, but it's very bumpy around here, so. See how our brakes work? I feel like the back brakes work more than the front, so let's go around here. Power steering feels good actually. I'd love to take this on the road. I might see if I can insure it. We can take it down the road at some point. Here we go. First gear. Brakes. Well, they definitely work. They locked up completely. They work really well. Wow. That feels great. The suspension feels amazing. This is... I mean, it probably takes a while to get used to these brakes because they seem to be all or nothing to me. Go backwards. Brakes, yeah. The brakes are odd. I can't seem to put them on gently. I mean, it feels fantastic. Honestly. Second gear. Brakes. They seem to be nothing, bam, everything. So around here. I don't know, the brakes are pretty good. I really need to take it out on the main road to have a... Whoa, we're not in reverse. There you go. Feels really good. Power steering feels great. Brakes. Yeah, they feel really good though when they do go. I'm actually amazed by this. The suspension feels incredible. Let's reverse it all the way down. It is running a little rough. I think oil change, service, not running as well as it could be, but mechanically, like, it sounds great. It just, I think it needs some fresh fuel, an oil change, some new spark plugs, full service. Should run a lot happier. I might even rebuild the carburetor. Might be a good thing to do, but this was running really well and it was on the road. I wouldn't hesitate to get in it and drive it anywhere. It's so comfy. Just want to take a quick second to say a massive thank you to everyone watching and supporting this channel. And if you want to support it a little bit further, I'm going to start a new thing, a channel membership, which is 99p a month. You don't have to do it, but it would absolutely help me save so many cars if you guys did. And if you don't want to do it, no problem. Just if you want to follow these builds and stuff, just like and subscribe. And yeah, if you want to do it, do it. I'd really appreciate it. If you don't, just keep watching. I appreciate you anyway. Let's get back to it. Okay, so that's it up in the air. That's about as high as it goes. It does go one notch higher, but I really hate using this thing. It kind of scares the hell out of me. And these cars are not light. They really aren't light at all. So yeah, let's get under here. I mean, first time I've been under here. All right, so what this kind of grill thing is here, obviously to stop rock chips and stuff going up into the radiator. Looks pretty good though. Another little air duct down here. Where that goes. This all seems like it's fiberglass to me. It's got to be fiberglass, right? There's not much to see under here, really. It's sort of just one big metal shield. We've got a little bit of a, looks like an oil leak there. Yeah, it's one of the brake discs. You can see them starting to clean themselves up. Obviously haven't been used in a very long time. Should see another one in here. Another one in there. They look pretty good actually. I can't see the pads from here. Oh, you can just up there. Pads are up in there. Hard to see. Haven't got much life left on them. No, they've only got a little bit. So I could do with a new set of pads. Discs look good though. Yeah, here's the bottom of the engine. Be probably the best place to do our oil and filter because I can get right under the car and it's right in the middle. This side, there's a little bit of surface rust on this bit, but unfortunately my bit of wood's covered. You can't really see, but it looks okay. The worst bit of rust, so we've got a hole here, which I've seen. Looks like it's inside and out, I imagine. There's a hole there, so we've got to cut all of this. I mean, again, it's just flat plate, so it shouldn't be too hard. And then the worst bit, which I saw, probably this bit back here. All around here, let's get this side looks okay, but we've got a bit here. There's a bit there, and then all up here. So this is the worst of it. So we can pull this off. Yeah, this is by far the worst bit. 100% the worst of our rust there. I think that is it though. Let's go check the back end. What we got going on around here? That doesn't look great. Yeah, that doesn't look good at all. Yeah, we got a bit of rust here as well. Let's cut that out. Definitely have to cut that out. Sort that out because that's right on the suspension. So you got to sort that out. This side looks fine. Again, most of it is all this side. Everything on the passenger side looks pretty good. Again, all up in here looks great, and all up around the back end looks really good. Yeah, just about 3 major bits of welding I can see. I'm going to cut that section out there, see how bad things are in there. They don't look great. Remove the exhaust. We've got to get this shield out. The back hatch is going to be pretty straightforward. That's just this bit here. That's pretty straightforward. Just cut it out. Cut it all out, weld it in properly. The exhaust looks like it should come off fairly easily, to be honest. It's not going to be too difficult. Should be able to undo that, slide them off, which will be easier said than done. Then we can take out the middle box if we can get this section off, and hopefully see if we can get a new flexi as well. That would be great. And then we can do the oil change whilst fit. So I've had a lot of cutting. I've got to put in a big plate here and weld all of this in solidly. That looks, the boot floor is actually pretty good nick. It's just the bit that welds onto it from the suspension strut. Definitely an MOT failure, that one, but we'll get that welded in there. I've had to cut quite a lot out of this section here. Yeah, we've had to cut a big section out of that. I think I'll do the floor first, and then when I've got the car on the ground, I'll come in and weld that bit in. I'll probably clean all this up a lot better as well. We've cut out a big section here, but there is also a bit inside that needs doing. I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to get to that yet. Basically, I need a plate there, like that. I'm going to have to get a hacksaw in. I can get the welded torch in there quite well. I wonder whether I can sort of get that and then clean up this edge here. That welded on really tightly to a new plate in there. And then we can get this simple square made up. Quite a lot more than I thought it was going to be, but it's compared to what we've had in the past, it's not that bad. But yeah, let me get some cardboard and start making up some templates, and then we can get those cut out of metal and get those welded in. Okay, so I've got most of my panels cut out. They need a lot of refining, cleaning up. Going to clean up all of the surfaces really good. Get everything ready to weld in. Unfortunately, it looks like it's just about to start raining, so I'm going to save the welding of the panels in until the next video. But I really appreciate you guys staying along for this journey. And yeah, it's been a bit more work than I thought, the welding. But to be honest, so much of this car is good that it's definitely worth doing. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the idea of taking this on a road trip to Holland, to the Netherlands. I think that'd be amazing. If anyone's watching from there and is looking for one of these, I will sell it to you, and I'll sell it cheap because I really want to drive it over there. So I've got some plates coming for it. Yeah, everything is going in the right direction. Heart sank a bit when we saw all the rust, but we're used to seeing rust by now. So yeah, let's get it welded up and get it back on the road. And yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts.